What's up, everybody? We are covering stock market news for today, August 8th, 2022. We're in the afternoon session. The S&P 500 has given up most of its earlier gains and is flat as NVDA warned. That's hurting tech stocks. The stocks making the biggest move midday, we've got Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC, First Solar, Palantir, and more. It almost feels like we're in meme stock mania again. Nothing against the people that trade these stocks or buy them on speculation or whatever. I do not buy these stocks. I'm not interested in buying these stocks. And so the fact that Bed Bath & Beyond was up 40% earlier, it was up 41%, AMC was up 13%. That actually bothers me a little bit as an investor because I don't want to get back into this thing where there's bubbles forming in certain areas of the market and certain stocks. Meme stocks are taking over, the forums are taking over. I get it, that in some people's idea empowers a lot of investors, but I don't think that actually creates good investing behavior. And as we've seen over the last year and a half, a lot more people get hurt than benefit from that. Okay, so I know that might not be popular. This might get some thumbs downs, but I don't invest in those stocks. And so I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC. First Solar is up 5%. That's actually on a Goldman Sachs upgrade. So, hey, would rather see some type of reason other than just meme stock momentum being what's driving a stock. Palantir is down 13% still. I did a video earlier today covering their earnings. I've got some major questions on their earnings. NVDA came out and pre-announced earnings. They are actually expecting lower revenue than what was expected. They cited weakness in gaming and so some pain in the graphics cards. And I actually have done videos. I think NVIDIA has been overvalued, overpriced. But now if it comes down a little bit, it starts to get interesting. So I'll do a video kind of trying to value NVIDIA and share some price targets on it. But my concern is that NVIDIA also had an issue with crypto and missing earnings because of crypto and not realizing the impact that was having on the business. This was a few years ago. And so now if the same thing is happening with gaming, it's like, what is going on? And why can't management see some of these bubbles in their business now that it's happened multiple times? So I've got some questions about NVIDIA. It's obviously a solid company and it may become a good buying opportunity, but I'm not buying it yet. As always, I always cover my portfolio. I covered it in the earlier video, but we are now up to $89,713. On the day, we're up $2,300, which is pretty awesome. And then the biggest gainer, the Trade Desk, is up 5%. They report earnings this week. Snowflake's up almost 5%. GTLab is up 3%. They report earnings this week. So we're going to cover the biggest moving sectors in the market, and I'll show you kind of why my stocks are up in general. If you look down here, this shows by factor, right? So large cap values positive, mid cap values up even more, and then small cap values up even more. Large cap growth is actually down 3%. That's kind of that NVIDIA companies getting hit like off maybe that NVIDIA news, but mid cap growth is actually up 0.9% and small cap growth is up 0.8%. This is kind of where a lot of my stocks lie. Unfortunately, it's a lot of where those meme stocks lie as well, mostly in small cap. So something we have to watch out for. In terms of sectors, communications are outperforming with consumer discretionary. This is probably on some of this inflation news getting better. Inflation is, expectations are coming down, which means the Fed, people are expecting them to have to raise rates maybe less, or they're seeing an end to the projections for raising rates because inflation is coming over control. That's kind of why the Fed raises rates, is to get spending under control, which lowers inflation. And then we see what's trailing. Healthcare and technology is trailing today, almost down 1%. So those are the sectors that are winning. And then we could just take a look. Rocket Lab, like I said, reports earnings. So last quarter, they reported earnings per share adjusted of -1 cent, which was a beat by 3 cents. And they reported revenue of $40.7 million, which beat by almost 900,000. This quarter, they're expecting adjusted EPS of -4 cents. If they come out with a positive adjusted EPS, that's going to be pretty bullish for the stock. Who knows what's going to happen with this stock? I own it for what I hope is the next decade, not just this quarter, but we'll see how these earnings are. And then they're expected $49 million, which is a pretty big jump in a quarter, $9 million jump in a quarter off of 40 million. If they hit this number, they could hit, they could miss. Who knows what's going to happen with this stock? But what I'm interested in is kind of the management commentary and how are their new contracts coming along? What are the new technologies and new testing that they're doing? We saw some very successful launches from them, so I'm interested to hear more about their learnings from the Capstone launch that they did successfully, which was just incredible. I did a video on that, and see if they've got more interest genning up from those types of high-profile launches. That is my long-term thesis on Rocket Lab, is that I think they're a leader. I think we're going to have more and more interest in space and launching satellites and doing research. And Rocket Lab is a leader in that category for sure. And so we'll see how they do. And then the other company reporting earnings for me this week is The Trade Desk, right? And so last quarter, they beat by 7 cents on adjusted EPS. And then they beat on revenue. They had 315 million. They beat that by 11 million. They beat expectations by. So they report on the 9th, expecting normalized EPS of 20 cents. We'll be interested to see if they beat that or miss that. They've actually had 4 revisions downwards in the last 90 days and 6 upwards. So we'll see what happens. And then revenue estimate is for $365 million. Do me a favor and like this video. It helps people find it. Subscribe and turn the notification bell on, so every time I post a video, an update on price targets or earnings analysis is going to be coming out for The Trade Desk and Rocket Lab. You won't miss any of those videos. So let me know. Drop some questions in the comments. If you've got a stock you want me to cover, drop it in the comments. And I love to do subscriber reviews.